Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Walker Ford because guess what? We're gonna do a little Mustang comparison for your dollar. What I wanna do is I wanna compare this 2020 Mustang GT Performance Pack Level 1 to this convertible Mustang GT California Special. And the real question I wanna try to answer is, if you have some Mustang money burning a hole in your pocket, do you wanna go more a performance-oriented route, or do you want to go more a styling and top-down fun kind of route? But before we dive into these two ponies, let's talk a little bit about the Mustang. Been around since 1964 and a half, unveiled at the New York World's Fair, really captured everybody's imagination because of what it really stood for, a fun driving car. Now, over the years, performance has been king and numbers, horsepower numbers increased for a little bit of a time period because of the EPA, because of the oil embargo. A lot of things changed when it came to horsepower, but definitely in the 21st century, you're getting some horsepower, but if you want more, you can. And if you want to go back to the more traditional routes of top-down fun, you could have that as well. So let's go ahead, dive into these two Mustang GTs and see which one is the right one for your hard-earned money. Right off the bat, let's start with the Mustang GT Performance Pack Level 1. So when you go Performance Pack Level 1, you go Mustang GT, you're gonna get this hexagonal grille shape, gloss black all the way around, your chrome Mustang, that classic symbol of what it meant all the way back in 1964 and a half. You can see the current design that we have at the front end of the business. This came into play in 2018, changed up the headlight design. You still got your LED tri-bar headlight. Down below, this design actually came from Darth Vader's helmet, believe it or not. Designers actually took from that helmet design, and you can see that. Now, if you go Performance Pack Level 1, you're gonna get a larger front splitter. What that's gonna do, it's gonna give you more downforce on the front end, plus it's gonna help get more air into the radiator because of the extension of that part. The good news is, it helps twofold because you now have a larger radiator, so you have better cooling on the Performance Pack Level 1 compared to your standard Mustang GT. Let's go ahead and check out the California Special. California Special all goes back to 1968. Ford wanted to honor all the California dealerships, so they came out with a GT California Special. You can see the very unique grille design. I love it's still gloss black. I love the horizontal bars and the vertical slots. They bring the pony all the way over the Mustang with your tri-colors, the red, white, and blue. Nothing screams more Americana than a Mustang, apple pie, and some baseball. Down below, gloss black all the way across, so that's a differentiator from the two. And you're going to get the actual same front splitter off the Performance Pack Level 1, but not the larger radiator. Let's go ahead and see what the hood. We're gonna take a trip around this Mustang GT California Special. So this is the hood that we're working with right now. Love the style, goes back to that early 1970 time period. Those are functional heat extractors, great lines. Here is your wheel and tire setup. So when you check off Mustang GT California Special, this is the wheel and tire setup. So you have the machined aluminum, gloss black. It's a nice 19-inch wheel. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what are the tire sizes on this? You're looking at 255 on the width, 40 series sidewall, and they're wrapped in Pirelli P0 tires. Going down the side, oh, and one thing before I forget is you're gonna have these flat gray four piston calipers. Going down the side, you have your GT CS stripe. Remember, CS stands for California Special, does not stand for Carroll Shelby. You have your low side sill extension, just like on the standard Mustang GT, and you have this fake side vent. The side vent looks great. The zonk is, it is a fake vent. They just stick it on, but it does bring a lot of extra character. Now with the top down, you can see it really opens up the lines of the Mustang GT. You have this antenna, which I'm gonna zonk. I don't know why they use this. I wish they would just put everything into this antenna here instead of having that, so that is a zonk. Getting to the back, you have a unique trunk-lid spoiler. This spoiler is unique to the California Special. It's got 3 pedestals that are flat black. You have your GT badge in the center, California Special, same tri-bar taillights, and then you're gonna get that same quad tip exhaust, 355 gears in the differential underneath all this bodywork. But why don't we go ahead, let's get up. We're gonna take a trip over to the Performance Pack Level 1. So Performance Pack Level 1, it's not so much about horsepower, it's about other types of performance. And let me show you, as soon as we get to the corner here, you'll see what we're working with. So you're still gonna get a 19-inch wheel. Now this 19-inch wheel is a little wider. It's gloss black and you can see the different design. The big news is check out those massive 6-piston Brembo calipers. Really have a nice touch to it. Still 255 on the width, but you're gonna get a little bit more rubber because it's sitting on a little wider wheel. Rotors are larger, so you're gonna have bigger calipers. Bigger rotors is gonna give you better braking capability. Reworked suspension bits underneath the bodywork is gonna allow this Mustang to out-handle that Mustang GT California Special so easily. That comes with Performance Pack Level 1. We work our way down the side. No side stripe, you got the 5.0 badge, because remember, both of these, you have the Coyote V8, same hood with the functional heat extractors. We keep working our way down. You still have that same side sill extension. Here's where there's some changes. So coming out back, you get a different width on the wheel back here. So what you're looking at back now, you have 275. So wider rears, wider front wheels, wider rear wheels help you get the traction. And these tires, these Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, much stickier than those Pirelli P0s. And you're getting 373 gears. So in the pumpkin, in the differential, you're getting 373 gears, gonna give you quicker acceleration. Both of these have automatics, 10-speed automatics, but you can get 6-speed manuals. And then to wrap it off out back, this is the Performance Pack Level 1 specific rear wing. Much higher than the California Special. I love the design that they put into the actual supports of it. We drop down, everything else is gonna be the same. Same rear diffuser, quad tip exhaust. Let's pop the hoods and see what kind of horsepower we're talking about with these two Mustangs. All right guys, we got the two hoods popped on the Mustang GT Performance Pack Level 1 and the California Special. Let's start with the California Special. So either one of these is gonna have that 5-liter V8 engine, that Coyote V8. You're looking at 460 horsepower, 420 pound-feet of torque. On the California Special, you'll notice you'll get the strut tower brace, and it actually has California Special there. Little touches like that go a long way. I'm gonna zonk on both of these, the massive engine cover. Massive engine cover. With these having the 10-speed, in this GT Performance Pack Level 1, which you can see the different strut tower brace badge that's there, you're looking at 0 to 60 with the 373 gears and the 10-speed, 0 to 60 in 4 seconds flat. The convertible is going to be a little bit slower just because it's a little heavier and it's got 355 gearing. But like I said, I think the biggest zonk is going to be this engine cover. I wish they would just do something nice and sexy with that intake plenum. On the Performance Pack, you have the increased cooling, the different suspension bits, and of course those massive rotors and calipers. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire up one of these Mustang GTs and hear what it sounds like. All right guys, inside this Mustang GT Performance Pack Level 1, this one has a little bit extra options. I know you're at that point where you're like, Joe, how much is this car? It looks badass. How much is it? MSRP on this particular one is right at $48,000, but like you can see, you get the full leather interior, love the stitch work, and you're gonna get the nice infotainment system. On the Performance Pack Level 1, you do get oil pressure and vacuum pressure on gauges, and a different finish on your dash material, which is a nice touch. But there's that 8-inch infotainment system, real easy to get in your climate and all that. Very nicely done. You're gonna have heated seats, ventilated seats. This is controlling that 10-speed automatic transmission. Both of these have the same exact key fob. Your Mustang key fob, you got remote start, pop the trunk, all that nice stuff. Tons of headroom. If you don't want a convertible, you got tons of headroom even with the fixed roof. But why don't we go ahead, let's get over to that California Special and take a look at the business end of things. All right guys, business time in the Mustang GT California Special. I know you're at that point where you're like, Joe, top down fun, how much is the price on this one? You're looking at an MSRP right around $52,000. What are some of the differences? Obviously you have no top. We talked about the aesthetics. Inside, pretty much the same. The difference is instead of full leather, you're gonna get the Alcantara with the red stitching, which is a really nice touch. In that Mustang GT, it was all leather. Steering wheel is gonna be the same. The biggest change is the 12-inch display. So you're gonna have that 12-inch digital display, and what's really awesome is when you go through the different modes, it actually changes the way that it looks. So there's Sport Plus, we keep on sliding. You got track mode, really nicely done, clear graphics, clear fonts compared to that Mustang Performance Pack Level 1. That one is optioned with the standard analog gauges. I'll have Tom show off the interior, what it looks like, the two-tone with the leather, the Alcantara, and the red stitching. What's interesting is that your back passengers in the convertible lose their armrests. Because they need more room for structural bracing and the top and all that, you lose armrests for the backseat passengers. But to be honest with you, only some small people could fit back there because there's not a lot of room. Everything else is gonna be same exact setup except for the gauges. No extra performance gauges on the center stack here, and there's a different finish. You don't get that nice aluminum finish. You have a little bit darker black finish on the California Special. But I want to make this quick. Let's get to the best part. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take these two Mustangs for a spin. All right, guys, we got to start off with the California Special. Remember, we're comparing this with the Performance Pack Level 1. You spend your money this way, this is what you get to experience. On throttle, here we go. That 10-speed, doing the business. You got those nice shifts going through. And having that flexibility of having a convertible top, this may be the thing that directs you towards a California Special rather than going the Performance Pack Level 1, because you can't do it on a convertible. It's one thing to take into consideration. Just like in any other Mustang, everything is very well laid out in here. The digital display is a pleasure to look at. That LED display, 12 inches. There's not a lot of times you can say you got 12 inches, but in this Mustang you do. On throttle, here we go. Spin it up a little bit, it's okay. Smoke them if you got them. So with the top being down, let me put up the side windows here. With the top being down, you really can take advantage of that V8 rumble. The windscreen is high enough that even at 6 feet tall, my head's nowhere near the top of that window frame. And really just overall smooth. What I've learned about the Mustang GT convertible is that the way that they've designed the chassis, you're not getting a bunch of body flex like you used to back in the day. They really did their homework to keep the structure rigid, even though we don't have a top connecting all the dots together. But really, if you go back to the original Mustang, this really was that true essence of it, was the convertible. And it's nice to have that California Special, the extra visual touches. And then on the interior, having ventilated seats, having the nice infotainment system, and that digital display is really great. And then you're going to get that same wonderful 460 horsepower underneath that hood from that Coyote V8. All right, guys, pulling away from the light, real nice throttle. Yeah, you don't have all the track goodies, but I'm telling you, for that classic Mustang top-down fun and feel, you get it tenfold with this California Special. And really just smooth. I mean, getting onto the highway here, you get that nice, smooth power delivery. And a red line, 7,500 RPM. That's another wonderful bit of news there. Visibility, the mirrors are a little small, but still much better than a Camaro. And obviously a Dodge Challenger you cannot get in a convertible unless you custom build one, which there is a company in North Carolina that is custom building convertible Challengers, believe it or not. But even over these expansion joints, very smooth, very composed, and you're not getting a ton of wind buffeting, which is nice. Once you put up the side windows, you don't get a ton of wind buffeting, which is great. Nobody wants to get beat up by the wind as you're driving down the road. All right, guys, back on throttle. At 10 speed, drops down. Look very nice overall. And what's great is that you can actually adjust different things with your Mustang GT California Special. You can go into those different modes. I'm gonna go ahead, let's adjust some of the modes. I'm gonna go ahead and put in Sport Plus and see how different the car behaves as we're driving down the road. But let's see how she handles on throttle, on the brakes, feeling good. Look at this. Nice turn in, super smooth. There we go. It just puts a smile on your face. That back end came out just a little bit. It really puts a smile on your face, and that's what this car is about. But why don't we go ahead, let's get back to Walker Ford, swap seats, and see, is it a little bit more performance oriented that's gonna make you spend your money on a Ford Mustang? Let's go ahead and do it. All right, guys, we're leaving Walker Ford. We're in the 2020 Mustang GT Performance Pack Level 1 on throttle. 10-speed drops down, we're off. Here we go. You're really gonna notice a difference in acceleration because those 373 gears are gonna really quicken things up, even though we have the same amount of horsepower as that California Special convertible that we were just in. Other nice additions are gonna be that increased radiator for engine cooling, and also those 6-piston Brembo calipers. Those are really gonna allow us to stop on a dime and give everybody change. Plus, having the different suspension is really gonna quicken things up as you're going through the twisty bits on your favorite track or favorite back road. Everything else, though, is exactly the way it is laid out in the California Special. I do have it in sport mode, and we're just gonna leave it in automatic shifting just for the review here. But really, it's a great transmission because anytime you go on throttle, it drops down and you are off and running. Nice, you hear a little burble from that exhaust. Sounds good. Really just ready to rock and roll in this thing. The good news is, just like the California Special, really great throttle response. You got that Coyote V8 that gives you a nice linear torque delivery all the way up to 7,500 RPM. Even with a solid roof, visibility is really great in these Mustangs. Back window, piece of cake. Still the same issue with the side mirrors. They are on the smaller side, but you know what? Look forward. That's where you want to go. Getting onto the highway, rides really, really well. Just because you go performance pack, does that mean that now your internal organs are going to be beaten up over every single bump? They're not. The car still rides very nicely, and the way that they've done the compression and the rebound in the shock absorbers on this performance pack level 1, it's like when you turn up the wick, it's ready to rock and roll, but when you're just cruising, it soaks everything up. Watch as we go over these expansion joints. It doesn't hit hard or anything. It's very, very smooth. You got, of course, that V8 rumble that you can hear very, very clearly. And the ventilated seats, leather interior, just bring those extra nice touches to the table. Back on throttle, we need to get over. Here we go. Look at that. This thing fires like a cruise missile. Shifts are ultra fast. And I'm telling you, gearing is everything. Those 373 gears are absolutely perfect. Getting on those 6-piston calipers, those Brembos, into this left-hand bend. Look at this, nice and smooth. Back on the brakes, back on throttle. Here we go. Launching out of that turn. Look at this. Very, very nice. What a great sound. You can't beat it. And having the addition of the trunk-mounted spoiler and the larger front splitter, that's going to give you more downforce. It's going to keep the car more stable as you are going through your fun roads in your neck of the woods and whatnot, compared to the California Special. But let's see how she handles on the Rady's Rise test track. Back on throttle, here we go. On the brakes, brakes feel good. Look at this, nice. She just wants to go more and more, full throttle, here we go. Look at this, grip is plentiful. Nah, it just puts a smile on your face. Now, yes, for me, I would like a 6-speed manual, but this 10 that speed, I'm telling you right now, especially if you go to run somebody off a light, you're gonna leave them in the dust because the shifts are just so incredibly fast and efficient. It's ridiculous. It really, really is. And like I said, it's just a car you could drive every single day, have that classic name, and a little bit more performance than your standard Mustang GT. Makes it seem like a no-brainer to me. Pulling back out, there we go, on throttle. Nice. All right, guys, one more time for you, on throttle, here we go. Love it. Nice, look how we handle, really smooth. Nice. Love this thing, absolutely a joy to drive. And if it was my money, I would go Performance Pack Level 1. The convertible top is great. You could go cruise the beach. But for me, handling and the extra performance really is money well spent. But we're going to wrap this one up, get back to Walker Ford, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been a magnificent muscle car Mustang kind of day here at Walker Ford. Definitely got to thank Frank Walker, Weston Walker, Tracy, Benji, Mark, Austin, the whole crew getting us these two ponies. Listen, if it was my money, I'm gonna go the performance route. This Mustang GT, I think, is one of the best all-around performance buys with the Performance Pack Level 1, even with the 10-speed, which if you don't want the 10-speed, you can get a 6-speed manual. Or, like I was saying, if you still want that style, you can get that top-down fun and that extra style with the California Special. I'll have links to both of these cars in much more depth detail if you wanna see a little bit further. But if it's cars like these that you want to see compared on Rady's Rise, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rady's Rise merch. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee, Muscle Car McGee, two Mustangs here. Thank you, Tom, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.